Alright, Inquisitor Layton.
Professor? But what are you doing?
What am I doing, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, you were supposed to show up with some decisive evidence and save the day, Professor.
I'm afraid my only concern here is the truth.
Ha!
The truth?
The truth behind the real identity of the Great Witch, Espella Cantabella. If seeking the truth requires us to stand on opposite sides of the courtroom, then so be it. I expect you to defend Miss Cantabella with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
Court is now back in session. Are you prepared, High Inquisitor? So long as I remain on the witness stand, I am no longer High Inquisitor. Simply Darklaw will suffice. Miss Darklaw, I'd like to just confirm something. A moment ago we established that you were in fact present at the bell tower during the time of the incident. That takes a total of 3 people at the scene. It would appear that was the case. However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards with the help of this right here. The robe of invisibility. In other words, there's every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight. Lady Darklaw, while I cannot believe you would deceive us in such a way, I ask that you tell the court what happened at the time of the incident. Very well. Alright, testimony. Here we go. What happened tonight? The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing anyone of those vigilantes to see me. I climbed the stairs up the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them. You apprehended the intruder? While I hold the position of High Inquisitor, there are often times when I must partake in various secret tasks unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia. One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller. Security? As such, there's nothing odd nor suspicious about my actions tonight. I see. Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. Okay. What happened tonight? So she says the town square was the final stop. She was patrolling the perimeter. Let's press.
Hold it!
Nothing was amiss. You mean there was no immediate threat to the storyteller, right? Now you tell me, Defender. Surely you remember the final part of the story. She must mean the part about the storyteller's death. There's little possibility of changing the outcome of what has already been written in this story. However, there are still those who would challenge the story and make an attempt at changing the inevitable. That is what I too think. What's up, Maya? Did you notice something? You could say that. It's just, look at Kira. She's been looking down at the dump since the start. Oh, right. Kira. I honestly forgot she was even still here. Not only that, she looks sort of scared, too. You're right. Well, we can't afford to forget about her. I wonder if Kira has anything else she could tell us. I gotta remember to question her the second I see an opening. Alright, she says she saw the pair of small footprints and went inside the bell tower to investigate. Push that. Those must have been Miss Kira's footsteps when she snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed, the ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right. According to the vigilante's testimony... Oh, God. They thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers. That's right. Her footprint would have contained a mark where her stiletto had been. but the footprints I saw at the bell tower contain no heel mark at all.
And you stepped inside those footprints on your way up the stairs so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct?
Exactly. At the time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of the utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there.
Had the townspeople noticed your presence there, it would have undoubtedly raised some suspicion.
Indeed. So naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints.
I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself.
Is there anything off about her testimony just now? I don't know if I saw anything. I'll say there's something very wrong and see what happens. Miss Darklaw, I just noticed something to your testimony that's very relevant to the case. The defense requests you amend your testimony. You just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you?
The Inquisition has no objections. Very well. The witness will amend her testimony.
Aha. There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them as far as possible. Here we go.
Hold it!
Miss Darklaw, what was your reason for going up to the bell tower alone? It is as I said earlier, I was in the town square to make sure the area was secure. Okay, but surely you had some inkling that Bazella might have been lurking around there somewhere, right? Wouldn't it have been a lot better if you went into the bell tower with some backup from the vigilantes? Defender, you witnessed the summoning of the fire dragon with your own eyes, did you not? 10 more people at my side against the powers, that would only mean 10 more lives lost. She's got a point there. And besides, even if those 10 had been with me, their combined strength is nary that of even Bonham's annoying mutt. No objections here. Say, Nick, about Darklaw's testimony, I think I noticed something kind of fishy. Yeah, me too. It'd probably be a good idea to give the court record another check just in case. Huh. Let's check the court record here. I don't know what it is that they're hinting at. The tower was constantly guarded and there were no trespassers. I don't know. I don't know. Wait a minute. So she says there was no heel on the footprints. But there is a heel on the footprints. Yes, there is. I'm going to say there is. There's a heel on the footprints. I'm not blind, right? You can see the heel. Here, look. I'll look again. There's a heel. Look, right there. There's the heel. There's the foot. There's the heel. There's the main foot. There's a heel. It's not a big heel, but it's a heel, right? That should be it. That seriously should be it. There's definitely a heel on the footprints. It's not a high heel, but it's still a heel. That's a contradiction. Well, let's keep going. Let me press everything first. Alright, she had her own reasons for not allowing one of the vigilantes to see her.
Hold it!
And what were those reasons? They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something I was to carry out at that particular time.
Did it perhaps have something to do with what was already decided upon in the story?
The storyteller's word is absolute. Therefore, any and all those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately. Aha!
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira? Witness! Yes. Figures, she really doesn't remember her own name. You seem to be in deep thought about something. Did you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony? No, I'm sorry. Nothing in particular. It's just, I'm a little disappointed in myself. Disappointed? I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured.
Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die as he was foretold, did he not?
Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol, 10 to be exact. I was very nervous. She must be talking about the vigilantes.